Hi, good afternoon, evening, morning, everybody. Welcome to Bit Gringos, episode 13. I'm Patrick Reynolds, and I'm here with...
I am Mike Schwartz. And Patrick, I have to ask you, it doesn't look like you're in Boquete. You must be in Dolega or Bugaba or...
Yeah,
somewhere.
slightly farther away than that. I'm in sunny Los Angeles, California.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, we had to
You
come
want to
back.
get away, you really get away.
You can only take so much rain, right? No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
you might hear the rain right now. It's coming down.
Oh, excellent, excellent. No, I love the rain, actually. No, we had to come back to LA to take care of a few things. I wouldn't come to the USA in this current situation if I didn't absolutely have to. And just as soon as they open up the borders, we'll be back in Boquete.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
that's great news
So that's all.
for some people.
We did chat about this a little bit yesterday, you and I. We did take the super cheapest of all the cheap airlines, Spirit, to get, back here. It was a humanitarian flight. And I got to say, yeah, it's a lot like flying on a subway car. You book your seat or actually you book a ticket, and that gives you a place to hold on with strap.
Strap hanger.
Yes. If you want an actual seat, that's another $8.
Is this Spirit Airlines or the F train? I'm not really sure.
I think it's the F train. They gave a safety announcement, and they said, in the case of the cabin depressurizing, oxygen mask will drop down after you swipe your credit card. So, yeah.
It's a safety announcement like the subway announcement. It's like,
yeah, I could have sworn I heard her say, "Would you like fries with that?" But nah.
So let me get this right. You have to be a humanitarian in order to take the flight and survive the flight. That's
Exactly. So, yeah, I lied and said I was a humanitarian. No, I'm kidding. I am a humanitarian. Wear your mask.
Yes.
Hey, we got something going on special today on the show. Not just, an international show, but
we have two of the top restaurateurs. Is that how you say that? Restaurateurs?
I think so.
Boquete? Yeah. Two of owners of the Gringos and Panamanian favorite places to eat. And we're so happy to see them. And they're going to tell us about something exciting.
Yeah.
Amongst other things.
Okay.
So.
Well, let's introduce them and bring them on. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Why don't you do that?
Okay, I'll do that. Well, first of all, I'll just do it in the order they're stacked up here. We got Mr. Richard Meyer, who is the purveyor of Sugar and Spice, a very, very popular gringo hangout, and maker of some of the sweetest, most delicious baked treats you've ever had in your life. Also,
and he's so busy. He's on the move. He's on the move right now. He's
coming in. There he is. He's also, they got one kick-ass Reuben sandwich.
Let me call you back.
And yeah,
all right.
Sure. And then
these restaurateurs are not like us. They're busy guys. They're on the phone. They're moving. We have nothing to do.
We may not have. We don't know how long we'll have them on the show because they're busy dudes. And then we also have Mr. Chris Young, who is the brains behind the brilliant Tap Out and Big Daddies and Boulder 54. So good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Hey,
good.
Good. Doing great.
Great. Or good afternoon. Either one. All right.
Richard, are you in a car? Is that your car?
Yeah, I had to come outside because there was too much noise with blenders going and fans going and lots of customers inside ordering food. So I came out where I could have a little quiet.
Excellent move. Your car studio.
And I've got air conditioning in the car, so that helps out too.
Oh, there you go. That's nice.
Patrick's pool is super rad. Look at that.
Yeah, I'll be jumping in that baby after this. Cause
Yeah.
Are you wearing a like what are those called? Speedo? Is that what you got on under that?
Oh no, I got nothing on under this, man. I'm just
Oh, nice.
He uses his Speedo as a mask.
yeah, because it wouldn't fit me otherwise, you know.
He's just enjoying the breeze.
That's right. I'm free and easy, baby. Now, this is my cocktail shirt. If you notice, I got beverages on here, tiki beverages,
Dig it.
no
I dig
martinis,
it.
oddly. But, let me ask you guys a question, Richard, Chris. Why Boquete? What made you go to Boquete, Panama?
Chris, I'll let you go
Boquete
first.
means?
What?
Sorry.
What does it mean?
Boquete in Brazil.
So now what it means, why did you come to Boquete?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. Go ahead.
Anybody.
Okay,
I'll go
Richard,
first.
Richard, you go
I'll go
first.
first.
Why did you move to Boquete?
Well, I was planning to move down to Panama. My wife is from Panama, not from Boquete, and spent a couple of weeks doing investigation in Panama City, about where to buy restaurant equipment, bakery equipment, supplies, all that kind of stuff. Started looking, trying to get a feel for what the rental market there was. And I had to go back to the States because I hadn't left my job. I hadn't given my notice yet. And I went back to the States and I was trying to do what research I could on the internet. And of all places, I'd been looking on Craigslist under businesses for sale or businesses for rent,
Okay.
restaurants for rent, anything. And under commercial real estate, which when I see commercial real estate, I think of like shopping malls, office buildings, something
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
That's what you think of well, there's a little note there. It says, bakery for sale in beautiful Boquete, Panama. Come live the dream or something like that. And with an email.
Wow.
And so I emailed the guy and then I called my wife and I said, where's Boquete? And she's like, oh, you would love it. It's so beautiful. It's in the mountains. It's fresh, so on and so forth. And so I email the guy and tell him that I'm interested. And of course he comes back and says, oh, well, you need to get down here fast. I've got 3 other offers on it.
Oh,
Which
really?
I found out after the fact that that wasn't the case. But anyways, I got down here like
always have 3 offers. Every place has 3 offers.
So I came down here about 3 weeks later, and my wife and I drove to Boquete and spent a couple nights and checked it out, and basically fell in love with it. Made a handshake deal right there on the spot.
Wow.
Gave a little deposit.
All right.
And went back to the States and turned in my notice with the company I was with.
Wow. Richard, where in the States are you from?
Originally, I'm from New Mexico,
Okay.
but I was in Atlanta for 25 years before I came down here.
All right. Interesting. Cool. Both
Yeah.
nice places.
Richard, I'm just curious. What year was that? When did you buy the restaurant?
It was 2009.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's before I moved down. We moved down. All right, excellent. Thank you. And Chris, what about you? Why'd you pick Boquete?
well, my parents retired here, and when they told me they were going to Panama, I was like, well, why are you going to Florida?
Yeah.
This is hot.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
And so anyway, I came down and said, wow, why would I want to leave this place? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I would have said. Wait.
I love the bugs. The bugs are giant.
I was just gonna say,
Oh.
it's great. Have you seen the size of the
I've watched a few
bugs
shows.
here?
I've watched a few shows.
Okay, great.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Mike?
Sure, absolutely.
You're in your kitchen, right?
Yes, I am. Do you want to see my Instant Pot? That
I'm looking at all your knives. You have a metric ton of knives behind you. You got
Well, not really. The ones in the wooden thing are pretty crappy.
Is that
Just
just like a
nice
pop?
handles sticking out. Well, a few people know Mike Schwartz used to be a cannibal, and you need a lot of sharp knives for
A
that.
lot of knives.
Yeah. Then he went.
No,
That's
the
what
ones that are on the wall are those like kitchen, like knives you get at Price Mart, the like professional, I guess,
Oh yeah.
restaurant type knives, but yeah.
Do you have any Ginsu knives?
No, I don't. I don't.
Oh man, you can have a kitchen without a kitchen.
Mike, was that one of those deals where you buy the knife block and you get 12 free knives?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you
Okay,
buy the
I had one of those.
knife block because when I got here and I wanted to outfit a house, that was about what I could afford. And then I found out that the knives are, pretty useless. We use the steak knives. There's like 6 steak knives, but
Oh man.
and the scissor. It has a good scissor,
Oh. Well,
But I have to say that Chris, one of the things he does, he's very busy here in Boquete. We're so lucky to get him just for this show.
I know.
Is that he teaches people how to cook. Now, Richard wants to keep it a secret. Richard keeps it a secret. But
Whoa, that's a
Chris-
smart business move.
yeah,
People
yeah,
can't
yeah.
cook; they got to go to his restaurant, right?
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. I don't want to give away all my secrets. That's
Okay.
not
Sure,
good for business.
Yeah.
No, actually, when I was in Atlanta, I did cooking classes every one a month, every month for 10 years. And I got so burned out doing cooking classes, I just can't bring myself to do it again.
I see.
Well, let me just give you the summary of Chris's Instant Pot cooking class. Here it is. You throw all the crap into the Instant Pot. By crap, I mean food. You close it. You put it on for 20 minutes, and
Crank
that's
that
it.
knob.
That's the whole class. And then I'm just kidding, Chris. The
And you
class-
paid me $25 for
great.
that.
I did. I got a glass of wine.
Man, I got to
too.
start doing these cooking classes again. If it's 25 bucks a head, wow.
It was great. I'm kidding, but all joking aside, the class. I took 2 of them, Chris. I took 2 classes.
Well,
So,
maybe someday you'll learn to make something besides beans and franks. I'm just saying.
yeah,
Exactly.
I put the buns in the Instant Pot too. I don't think you're supposed to, but
Oh yeah, no, they get a little mushy that way. Yeah.
but anyway, let's talk about these 2 guys who
Yeah.
they're competitors, but they're friends also, from what we understand.
Friendly enemies.
Something coming
Friendly.
up. Why don't you, Richard? Why don't you tell us what's coming up? Because last time when we threw it to both of you, there was like 10 minutes of silence. So, Richard, why don't you just tell us what's coming up?
Well, Chris and I like having these friendly competitions and doing various food challenges. And sometimes he'll pick the category, and other times I'll pick the category. And I think this is the 5th one that we've done. And it was his turn to choose, and so he chose sliders. Let's do a slider battle. And so, of course, he always has to kind of tempt me and push me to do it. And finally, I'm like, okay, fine, let's do it. And so we set down the dates and came up with the price point and how it's going to work and all, the finer details, because being also in a quarantine makes it a bit of a challenge. We have a little more freedom here in Boquete than some of the other people in the rest of the country, that we can leave whenever we want. But some people are still very nervous and they only want to go out like once a week. So
Right.
Sure.
we're trying to do this one, make it a little bit easier. Both restaurants are doing the challenge for 2 days. So if you can't make it the first one, you can come the second one. And,
Great idea.
And then we're going to do voting. We haven't quite figured out the voting yet, but we're going to do that after the fact online. So people can just log into maybe one of our Facebook pages and cast a vote as to who you liked more, and we'll go from there. So,
All right.
Chris, you got did I miss anything?
Only that you have kicked my rear end. You beat me 4 times out of.
No, you 3. You took 1. You took the whole pig battle.
I won once.
Chris,
Yeah,
Chris,
I won once.
Why don't you do like the thing the boxers do or the wrestlers do, and like you're going down this time, like really get into it, like Ali Frazier or something like that.
Like a fat kid on a cupcake.
Yeah.
All right,
Wait,
come
what?
on, you guys got to mix it up a little bit,
Like those guys at the Nathan's hot dogs contest in New York. They get pretty mean up there getting them hot dogs.
Oh
Which,
man. And those are some good hot dogs too.
That might be the next slider or the next battle is a chili dog competition. We'll see.
Oh, guys, please wait till I get back to do that.
Oh, be tight.
That'll be a good one.
What kind of sliders you guys making? What do you got going for this? Can you tell us?
Ooh.
Is it going to be a surprise?
I don't know. I think it's going to be top secret. He won't tell me. Chris won't give me an idea. He said that it's gonna whoop my ass, but he won't give me anything other than that.
Oh, I don't think I said that, but
No, something.
You can say it now, live on the air. You can go ahead.
Can we talk like that on this?
Yeah, you can, because you know what? It's the fucking internet, man.
There's no political correctness here, right?
Yeah, we don't, we don't talk politics or, religion, stuff like that, but we don't try to swear, but, the occasional F-bomb slips out, nobody really cares.
So I don't know if you guys want to talk about it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys want to talk about it, but, I have always, during this pandemic, I feel so sorry for you guys, especially, and anybody that has a business. And I don't know if you want to talk about it, how hard it's been. We try to make it into town whenever we can, but it's, I'm sure it's a difficult time for you guys in particular.
Yeah.
Wow,
I just brought the whole show down.
Wow.
Ooh.
Depressing. I've never seen you, Mike, in my restaurant. I've seen your beautiful lady. She's come to
you are lying. I picked up food. Okay, it was a while ago, but yeah.
Right. Hey, so I told you last week, I said, it would make your show, Bit Gringos, or way more if both you boys were eating chicken wings.
That'd be great. Can you ship me some chicken wings, dude?
From Big Daddy's. That would just make the show.
Well, I got to tell you
I
something.
don't know about that. Who won the chicken wing battle?
Uh-oh.
Was there
we're willing to take chicken wings or any food really from both you guys if you want to be sponsored
about that
on
one.
the show. We'll eat it on the show. You want to send muffins or whatever, we'll be happy to oblige.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. My last meal in Boquete, my good friend Paquita Bath brought over boom boom chicken and wings from Big Daddy's. So,
yes.
That was my last Boquete meal. Definitely, I remember, Richard, you won the wing challenge because I actually voted for your wings, even though it was tough. I mean, they were both excellent and delicious. Chris, your wings were spicy, off the hook good, buffalo crazy. Richard, your wings were layered and nuanced and had a variety of delicious flavors going on. So I tell you, it was really unfair to ask me to pick between the two of you.
Well, I'm telling you, I am really looking forward to the slider challenge, and unfortunately, Patrick is in Los Angeles, and I don't think we can ship them to him in time, but Mike, I'm looking forward to it.
If you do me a favor, eat twice as many of them so you can eat my portion too. And then you know me well enough to know which one I'd pick.
Sure.
Okay. Especially if they're spicy ones.
That sounds like a challenge right there. 2 portions. Because I know it's going to be, it's not going to be a wimpy. Both Chris and I, we always like to give good portions. We don't want people leaving our places and then having to go buy a pizza because they're still hungry. So
that's right.
I think you're going to be full.
Yeah.
Well,
baby.
we were talking. Patrick and I were talking.
Richard's making my buns.
He does what?
He's
your buns?
at the edge. He's.
No, I make the buns. I don't play with the buns.
The buns. Oh, I thought we had a little controversy here. Like he touched my buns. I was in the kitchen.
No,
once.
my wife won't let me do that.
Wow. Okay.
Otherwise, you would.
Depends on how cute they are. You never know.
Enough said.
We were talking about where sliders originated. Do you guys know where sliders originated?
Chris, you told me something. I don't remember. Well, you read something about it. What did you read?
Chris is frozen right now.
He's frozen. Well,
there he is.
there he is. You're back, Chris. You were frozen for a second.
Hey. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Do you have a story on the origin of the term sliders, Chris?
Yeah. So greasy and oily, and it just slides on down.
Yeah. That's
Did you get that?
pretty close. The way I understand it, it was originally a term that was applied to White Castle hamburgers. And they were called sliders, kind of a pejorative, because they slide right in and they slide right out. That also could refer to White Castles being a very popular after-hours heavy drinking type food. So in that case, they would slide right out the same way they slid right in.
Yeah, that they would. That they would.
They can slide out in two ways.
Has anybody in this show ever had a White Castle sober? Just
a White Castle.
Sober?
Sober.
Oh, I had one once.
Oh, I
the
have.
First one
yeah.
I ever had. Yeah.
I think when I was a kid, I was sober. Yes.
I've never had White Castle because they don't have them out west where I'm originally from, and in Georgia, the big chain down there is called Crystal, which is basically they stole the White Castle idea.
Yeah.
And it's, from what I understand, it's almost identical, just different company.
Just like you're gonna steal my idea, right?
Just like
right,
what?
Richard?
Got to repeat
Just like
that, Chris.
Say that again?
Just like you're gonna steal my idea as you're making my buns so you know exactly what style I'm doing.
Basically, yeah. I have the upper hand on that one, I guess.
Yes.
Well,
you can also fake them out. You can order a bun and make it look like you're going to do something, but do something completely different.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm going to offer free margaritas for anybody that votes for me.
Hell yeah! You've already won.
That
does not.
All right, I'm gonna have. Fair. Yeah, that's not fair. I'm gonna have to come up with a better one than that.
Yeah.
I don't have a liquor license. I'll have to do like free chocolate mousse or something.
Oh, okay. Okay, now I'm swinging my vote over. All right.
What, Patrick? You'd rather have free mousse than margaritas?
Ooh, gosh.
Wow.
That's a tough
Depends
one.
on the time of day.
I'm you're right, Chris. You're right.
I'm still getting both of them, so
one way or another. Yeah. You get chocolate mousse and put it in my margarita.
Yeah.
Chocolate margarita.
Chocolate margarita mousse.
Chocolate margarita.
Hey, there's
an
idea,
we can team up together and do a chocolate margarita.
Yeah, like a mole Rita or something.
Mole Rita.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Rita.
Remember,
that's
right
next challenge.
That's his jam.
Yeah, babies.
Sounds good.
Guys, you just you make me so homesick for Boquete already. And not, yes, I know. I got to push a button here. Your fabulous restaurants, they're each incredible. I love to eat there as much as possible. Obviously, I'm over here in this place where I'll have to settle for, In-N-Out burgers, I guess.
Is there Jack in the Box there?
There is. We got Carl's Jr. Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is great drunk food in the middle of the night.
Love it.
The greasy tacos.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, we got those.
The best restaurant ever.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a debate about that somewhere.
Now that's a little scary hearing it from the owner of 3 restaurants. Best restaurant ever, Taco Bell. Like, oh my God.
I think you should put enchiladas on your menu there, Chris, as an homage to Taco Bell. Remember those enchiladas? You can
I don't remember that one.
You can still get them, but they're not on the menu. You have to order them. Ask for them.
What in the world is an enchilada?
It's a cross between a burrito and an enchilada.
Oh,
It's a hot Cal-Mex, Tex-Mex mess, is what it is.
Wow.
that sounds like an amazing slider dish.
Hey.
Yeah, definitely. Or a good challenge opportunity.
Oh yeah, who can replicate the best taco
Chorito
ball
challenge.
and churritos? Right
There
on.
you go.
Right on.
Love it. Love
Okay,
it. Love it.
Hey,
They'll be giving
guys,
away tequila shots for that one.
ooh, I'm gonna go tequila shots right after this. What a great idea, Mike. I'm quarantined for the next 11 days now, so I got nothing to do but sit back here and do shots and swim in the pool. So I gotta
Not
do
too
something
shabby.
on my mind. Listen, guys, I got another question for each Richard and Chris. Because ostensibly, the show is a lot about expat life, and you guys would be good ones to answer this question too, I think. And I'm going to start with you this time, Chris. Chris, what is the one thing that nobody told you about? Not your parents, not anybody. Nobody told you about when you moved to Boquete that you had to find out on your own. Just one.
That it's so easy to buy a juice for a girl and she's like, yes.
Really?
You guys are all married. so y'all don't know what I'm talking about here.
Oh, I get your drift.
No,
I see what you're saying.
we don't.
I've got memories.
You did say juice, right? Juice?
Juice.
I think he said juice.
It's all about the juice. All
Juice,
about the
huh?
juice.
Doesn't have to be a cocktail, just a glass of juice.
No, like pineapple juice, watermelon juice.
Yeah. And you get all the babes you want just buying them juice, huh?
It's very interesting. Yes.
Wow. Fabulous. Okay.
That's how I got my fiance.
I see. What are you guys tying the knot, by the way?
What?
When are you tying the knot? When's the wedding? Or you already got married, didn't you?
I think she wants to see how the sliders go first. And
See who wins the challenge.
Yeah. Juice.
Juice. All right. Richard asked you the same question. What's the one thing nobody told you about?
Well, I'm going to kind of go down the same line that Chris went down, and that is if someone offers you agua de pipa, that does not mean agua de pipi. Agua de pipa is coconut water. So the first time I came, we were in Boquete, and there was some kind of a festival or something going on, and the guys were selling the coconut water. My wife says, "Hey, do you want to try an agua de pipa?" And I'm like, "Are you crazy? I'm not going to drink piss." She's like, no, that's not what it is. It's coconut water. Because the translation and the little bit of the language barrier with her being Latina and me being a gringo, and it was probably within the first month or two that I was living in Panama, I didn't quite get it. So I thought it was agua de pipi, and I'm like, why would anybody want to drink agua de pipi?
It would have been a lot funnier if it was agua de pipi and it was like a joke they pulled on all the gringos that arrived.
Well, it's actually, I mean, watching
really
the guy.
Want to try the agua de pipa. Yeah, it's really good.
Mike, I think we have to call today's show 4 Bit Gringos here. We got
Bit Gringos. Yeah.
all the gringos are doing bits.
Well, I was going to say real quick, watching the guy, they throw the whole coconuts in like these giant ice baths to get them cold.
Yeah.
And then they pull it out, and in their hand, they start whacking at it with a razor sharp machete.
Oh,
And
I know.
They cut it off so clean, and you're waiting for a finger to come along with it or something. But, these guys have practiced, and they've got these 40-inch long machetes that could take down a banana tree in one strike. And,
I know,
they're cutting up this stuff like it's like a hot knife through butter. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I have to say that those guys sell the agua de pipa on the side of the road all over Panama, I guess.
Yeah.
And Pilar was telling me about this also for a year, and we just missed it all the time. Like we passed the guy, or and she loves it, and we finally stopped to get it. and she's raving about this agua de pipa, you know, and I just didn't like it. You know, it's like you can't like everything, and you know, so it was kind of a dud for me. But I understand why some people like that, or you know, Chris is buying juice for all the babes in Boquete, but you know, not now, but you know, he had a big juice budget apparently back in the day.
Mike, I'm shocked though that you don't like agua de pipa. Next, you're going to tell me you don't like chayote. I mean, come on.
I don't.
What?
Well, you know, there's also a chance that you had one bad one, you know, maybe, well, actually
Yeah.
I tried 2 of them and I
Yeah.
wasn't that crazy
Yeah.
about it. So.
Yeah, I know. That's how people.
But if Chris ever wants to buy me juice, I think, you know, we could start something. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he'll hand it to you and say, "Lonely sailor, how about a date?"
Yeah.
He has
Oh,
stock
well.
in Tropicana, apparently.
Guys, when is the slider challenge? When?
It starts. Chris is starting this Friday, and then the following Friday,
Okay.
I believe. Right, Chris? 2 Fridays, and then I'm starting next Monday, and then the following Monday after that.
Okay. All right, kids.
All right.
I believe those are the dates.
All right.
Now, why do you get to be Batman? That's
Well, see, we were
I
both
wanna
going
be
back
Batman.
and forth. I was like, why the hell does Chris get to be Superman? Why am I Batman? So I don't know. Next time we'll switch it up.
You guys should have talked about that ahead of time. But really, Superman. I had this argument with like a 12-year-old a couple of years ago. Superman is Superman. There's no beating Superman. He's like, you know, if anybody, I'd want to be Superman.
Yeah, me too. Except Batman has all those fun toys. Hey, listen,
I
guys,
know.
Catwoman.
we're
And Batman
running
has
out of
Catwoman.
time. I want to thank you guys for being on the show. We're running out of
Yeah,
time.
thank you.
Boys and girls,
Cool.
go out, get your food, support your local restaurants, both Sugar and
Absolutely.
Spice and Tap Out /Big Daddy /Boulder 54. Don't slash anybody. Just love everybody. And eat their food. It's delicious. I highly recommend it myself. And I want everybody, you guys all have a great week, okay?
All right.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you
it.
for joining us.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Yeah. Thanks for having us
Thanks for
on.
the invite.
All right, guys. Let's see here.
All
I
right.
gotta look around to find my. That's my timer telling me the time's up.